Hey, boys and girls, it is Tuesday e-learning for math. We are going to jump in it today and show you how we are going to take our Foursquare and we are going to turn it into our actual document. So I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Jenkins and she is going to show you how to do this.
All right. Hi, guys. Mr. Drake said math, but he meant writing.
Oh,
I'm sure when you saw my face, you knew he meant writing. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, guys. We are finished with the pre-writing part of the writing process. Okay, so we read our sources. We developed our notes in order to gain a good understanding of what our sources were telling us and teaching us. And then we created our Foursquares. Okay, so my Foursquare is in front of you. You all should be able to see it right now. The conclusion's at the bottom. Okay, and what I'm going to do today is I'm going to teach you how to pull the information from your Foursquare and put it into your rough draft, okay? Because after pre-writing, you're ready to draft. That's the next part of the writing process, okay? So I'm going to show you today my introduction paragraph and paragraph 1 of my body, okay? And then you guys will have, this video will be pretty short, and then you guys are going to have some work time that you'll get to work on your drafts, okay? So first things first, the very first part of your rough draft is your introduction paragraph, okay, which right here, we all know the hook or the lead, whatever you want to call it, is all part of your introduction paragraph, okay? It's not the entire paragraph, it's just part of it. So what I did was, can we see that? We good? Okay. I literally took my exact hook sentence and wrote it on my draft, okay? I indented my first paragraph. I skipped lines. Make sure on your draft you skip lines, because if you don't skip lines, you're not going to have room to revise and edit. And when we get to the part of the process, revising and editing, you're going to need room to do that, okay? So skip lines. If you get going and you forget to skip lines, put X's on every other line like that, and then you'll remember not to write on those lines, okay? Now, so that part is really easy, you guys. That's the only part of the Foursquare that's actually already in sentence form, is the hook and the conclusion part, okay? The rest of the Foursquare is like notes, so that's going to be more of the tricky part, okay? So my lead or my hook, the sounds of people screaming fill my ears as I watch these machines fly by me at speeds I didn't know were possible. Also, I'm making mistakes in my draft on purpose because I want to show you how to edit your paper, okay? So if you notice mistakes, I probably did it on purpose. Okay, so that's my hook. So now I wrote it on my draft, so I'm going back to my Foursquare, which is right here underneath it, okay? And I'm checking it off. Check, I'm done. I wrote my hook. Now, I'm not finished with my introduction paragraph though, because nothing about that really leads me into what the rest of my paper is going to be about, okay? So make sure when you're working on your draft, you have your, you're going to be typing on your Google Doc that Mr. Drake sent to you, but make sure you have your Foursquare and your notes page in front of you, because you're going to want to reread your prompt. You'll want to revisit that prompt every now and then to make sure you're kind of staying focused and writing about what you're supposed to write about, okay? So before I added this next sentence to my introduction paragraph, I reread my prompt. I made sure I knew exactly what the rest of my paper was going to be about, and then I wrote just one more sentence to kind of guide my reader into what the rest of the paper is going to be about. Now, a lot of kids like to say, now I'm going to tell you about why people find it thrilling to ride roller coasters or whatever, or the rest of my paper is going to be about why blah, 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 okay? You can do that. It's a strategy you can use. It's kind of more like a fourth grade type strategy, so try to get a little creative with it. My next sentence says, this is an example of what a person could experience if they go to an amusement park with roller coasters, okay? That kind of gives the reader a little bit more about what the rest of the paper is going to be about. Now, it's not perfect, it's not amazing. When I revise my paper, I'll make it better, okay? I might even add another sentence that's only 2 sentences, which is fine. Remember, your introduction paragraph can be very short and sweet. Okay, so that kind of completes my introduction paragraph. So remember, it doesn't just include your hook. You have to add one more sentence to kind of lead your reader into the rest of your paper. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect right now, it's just draft. Now, I am ready to write the first paragraph of my body. So here's my Foursquare. Okay, I wrote my hook. I added one more sentence for my introduction paragraph, and now I'm going to my topic 1, which is this box right here, which this entire box is going to represent paragraph 1 of the body of my paper. Okay, so just a tip, when you're writing your draft, I would skip, don't read my paper yet, I would skip at least 5 lines in between paragraphs before you start your next paragraph. It's not going to matter as much to you guys right now because you're going to be typing yours, but if you're writing for whatever reason, make sure you skip at least 5 lines because when you revise, you might want to add some detail. Okay? So in between any paragraph, always skip at least 5 lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I started the first sentence of my body.
Now, this is only in your draft that you're skipping these lines. I just want to make sure that we're clear on this. Don't do this every time you write. Only in your draft. Your final copy will not have the snowstorm in the middle.
No, it will not. Good point. Okay, so the topic of this paragraph is right here. Okay, and I think most of you have the same topic as me. All right. So the topic is the freedom to act wildly. And then I have details that go with my topic. Okay. So one detail to kind of support that topic is that people can scream, they can throw their arms in the air, and then they can be upside down. Okay. So those are things that kind of gives people freedom to act wildly. Okay. So the first thing I need to do is I need to write a topic sentence for my paragraph 1 of my body. Lots of kids like to use transition words when they're writing their body, like first, next, then, after that, now, those kinds of words. You can do that. That's perfectly fine. I would just be careful with over and over saying, now I'm going to tell you why, blah, 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 because that's boring. It's more like what a 3rd grader would do. Just get creative, use a variety of sentence starters. Okay? So what I'm doing right now, my topic is freedom to act wildly. I'm turning that into a topic sentence in my draft. Okay, so here's my draft. Okay, so I went ahead and wrote it for you, and it says, one reason that people find it, remember I'm making mistakes on purpose, one reason that people find it thrilling to ride roller coasters is because they have the freedom to act wildly for a change. Okay, all I did, I turned the topic freedom to act wildly into a topic sentence. I didn't tell my reader this is now what you're going to read about. I just wrote a topic sentence about what they're going to read about. Okay? So that's the topic sentence. And now I'm going back to my Foursquare and I'm going to check off freedom to act wildly. Okay? Because I wrote my topic sentence. Now I'm still in that same paragraph. Remember, this whole box represents paragraph 1 of my body. Okay? So now I need to write a sentence for this detail. Scream, throw arms in the air. Okay, so I'm turning that note or that bullet point into a sentence. Okay, so I'm just starting here right after that period. Okay, because I'm still in that paragraph. All right. Some people like to scream and throw their arms in the air when they ride rides. Simple, super simple. Okay, turned it right into a sentence. All right. Now, when we revise, that's when we go, and part of revising is adding details to make your paper stronger, okay? You can do some of that now. So if you have thoughts that come to your head after you write sentences for your drafts, add them in. Like I added a little sentence there to just kind of support that detail. That's not something you get to do every day. That sentence is not on my Foursquare. It just popped in my head. I thought it made that sentence that was on my Foursquare a little bit stronger. It supported it a little bit. Go ahead and add it in, okay? But you want to make sure that anything on your Foursquare does get in, okay? So if you don't want to worry about adding stuff right now, don't worry about it because we'll get to that when we revise, all right? Now, one more bullet point. You guys might have more. This is just my Foursquare, okay? Remember, you need at least 2 bullet points for each topic, all right? You can have more though. So the next bullet point says upside down. So I'm just turning that into a sentence about why people find it thrilling to go upside down or why that gives them freedom to act wildly, okay? So my sentence says, upside down on rides. Simple, done. Back to my Foursquare, check. Okay, now I am done with my introduction paragraph in paragraph 1 of my body. Okay, this is just my draft. Nothing about this draft is amazing. My paper will be amazing when we revise and edit it. Okay, so if I were going to continue on, I would turn my paper over. You guys would just press enter or whatever you're doing when you're typing. Okay, skip at least 5 lines because then I'm ready to go to topic 2 of my Foursquare, which is an entire new paragraph. Still the body of my writing, but new paragraph because I'm starting a whole new topic. Okay, that is it. So that's the beauty of the Foursquare. It keeps you really focused. If you notice, it took us like way longer to come up with our notes, our pre-writing, than it did our draft. Okay, that's kind of how it goes. Your pre-writing takes more time than your draft. Okay. Mr. Drake, what do you think?
Awesome job, boys and girls. So what you are going to do is I have sent you an email that has your Google Doc with your name and roller coaster after it. When you go and type on that, if you go into your email, you will see it, or you can just go to Google Docs and log in as yourself, as your Wes Clark ID, and you will see it. That is the where you need to type your paper. The reason is that allows myself and Mrs. Jenkins to see it, and we can comment and talk to you while you're doing it, or after you've done it, we can go in and look at it and see what you're doing. Please make sure you use those. If you can't find it, you need to send me an email or Dojo message me or something letting you know that you can't, something's going on, and I'll walk you through it. If you want to write it out on paper and then type it, great. That's fine. That's what we've been doing in class. That might be easier for you. I've also attached the original articles to both sources. I have our roller coaster Orion on here and our thrill rides. In case you've lost your notes, you can do that. I've also put the dates on here of when we as a class discussed this. If you want to go back and look at some of your peer comments and see what they suggested, if you're stuck, you can go back and look at those dates. But for today, Tuesday, you're going to start writing this. We really want you to get your hook and topic 1 typed. Tomorrow, you're going to do your topic 2, possibly topics 3 and 4, depending how many you did, and write your so what conclusion in it. So by Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday when you're finished, your paper should be first draft done in the Google Doc. Then we'll start working on the revisions.
Yeah. I was just going to add real quick too. A lot of you have, because we kind of guided you through this whole process. Okay, so a lot of your notes in Foursquares look a lot like mine does. So get creative. Don't write exactly what I wrote. Okay, try to use a variety of sentence starters. Change up the wording a little bit. If you're feeling creative, add some more detail in. Even though we'll do that when we revise. Okay. But feel empowered to let your personality shine and just work hard.
Make it fun.
Yeah.
So we'll be back on Thursday with another video. And until then, we will wish you the best. And hopefully we want you to shock us on what you type.
Yes.
See you all on Thursday.
Bye, guys. Good luck.